My name is Miranda Arapakis. I am 36 years old and I have been vegan for over 3 years now. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. In today's video, I wanted to properly introduce myself. I have listed myself as a vegan athlete, and for this channel is all going to be about health, fitness, fashion, lifestyle, could be everyday vlogging. It is not a vegan rant page. This is not for me to sit here to convince you to be vegan. This is a health and fitness channel. I feel like this video was very important to me, and I wanted to share the reasons why I am vegan. I sat down last night, wrote on my phone from my heart exactly why I am vegan, and I want to share that with you. I will be following along on my phone just to keep me on track and just so I don't leave anything out. I have been vegan for over 3 years. 10 years prior, I was vegetarian, and I wish I knew today what I knew from day one. My love and compassion for animals started as a child, like all of us, I'm sure. I was raised on a classic American diet. My mother raised myself and my 2 sisters without the support of my father. I truly didn't understand my mother's struggles as a child for money, food, and care as a working single parent as I do now. We were raised on Salisbury steak, meatloaf, 2 for $1, or now that I'm thinking it might have been 4 for $1, highly processed deli meat, corn dogs, fish sticks, and on special occasions, my mother made this pepperoncini roast beef, like pulled apart shredded style, that we would have on sandwiches, and we loved it. Cereal was always in the house. We ate that with cow's milk, dairy, let's say. I remember the veggies in the house were canned peas, cream corn, instant mashed potatoes. My favorite fruit growing up, so silly, was fruit cocktail from a can. Canned peaches and canned pears were also a favorite of mine. However, I do remember always having fresh fruit in the house. I was raised on a classic American diet. My mother did the best for what she could afford and what she knew as we were kids. It wasn't until almost 14 years ago I pushed my diced chicken from a microwavable meal off to the side of my plate and I said to myself, that's it, I can't eat meat anymore. I used to work off Michigan Avenue in Chicago, and I would take the Metro to and from to work. To get to the train from work, I would walk past the Burberry store every single time. I noticed there were protesters outside of the Burberry store, spreading awareness on the fur industry. They were PETA protesters, showing animals being skinned alive, showing us on their laptops and handing out flyers of the reality of the gruesome industry. I did take some flyers home, and it would just literally turn my stomach upside down from reading all the awareness. From what I remember, it was a few days later when I had pushed that diced chicken to the side of my plate. I didn't do any further research on any other animal cruelty industries for many years. I just didn't want to be a part of any killing of any innocent animal for the pleasure of what was on my plate. Many years down the line, I slowly stopped buying dairy for my house. I wasn't too picky about dairy or eggs socially for family parties, going out to restaurants, holidays. I was a big dessert person and would still buy dessert that had animal products in them, but I stopped buying cow's milk, cow's cheese, and eggs for the house. It wasn't until my husband put on the documentary called What the Health. He played that on Netflix. It might have been the first or second day it released on Netflix. From that moment on, I was vegan for my health and for the health of my daughter that I was nursing. I was breastfeeding at the time. I remember a key diagram that showed on the documentary comparing the plaque buildup in the arteries of a vegan, a vegetarian, and a meat eater. There wasn't a big difference between the vegetarian and the meat eater. I felt all the hard work and dedication that I've made for my health was for nothing. I had a mindset of health and yes, the murder of animals, but when I saw the diagram, that was it for me. I said, I'm done. I was 100% not consuming any animal products. I will no longer wear any animal products. Nothing that came from an animal. I was done. From there, I couldn't stop educating myself with documentaries on Netflix, animal cruelty awareness, on factory farming. I never realized as a nursing mother that a cow's breast milk was made exclusively for her calf. I never realized for that cow to be able to produce breast milk had to birth a calf, and what happened to her calf. I never realized that she was raped. She spent her life in a cage, rarely got to take a breath of fresh air. I never realized that the calf that she carried and birthed would be ripped away from her and sent off to the slaughterhouse. I never realized that she would be put on a pump for the remaining part of her life. A vicious cycle of rape, abuse, the kidnapping of her young, and it would just happen over and over again until she no longer can produce breast milk, that eventually she would end up at the same slaughterhouse as her young were taken just days old. How ignorant was I and how selfish was I as a consumer to not question what was on my plate? Cows are not the only victims here. All animals of all species in the industry of farming, food, clothing, home decor, makeup, glue, and much more. Why? Why is this happening? As a human, we can thrive off of a plant-based diet. So why is there not more awareness? Why is it so taboo to see a mother, a human mother, nursing her child in public? Why is it so taboo to break tradition of family favorite dishes at holidays? Why is it such a restriction to dine out at restaurants and to make others feel so uncomfortable and to question if I am making the right choices for my thriving daughter? Why is it so taboo to be vegan? To have love and compassion for all species, all races, all genders, all ages, all shapes and sizes. To have love and compassion for all. To thrive physically and mentally as a human on a species-specific diet. To not have the aches and pains of others that are food related. Why is it taboo to be vegan? Our bodies, our planet, and the suffering of all species needs us right now to rethink what satisfies our taste buds for 15 minutes of pleasure. This is greater than taboo. This is our lives, the lives of all. I have been vegan for over 3 years now, and I will be vegan for a lifetime. This is my life and my journey to have love and compassion for all. Thank you.